Welcome back to episode 2 of Tinker and Create. This is the toy dissection series, and hopefully you've gone away and you've written down what you think is inside your toy, what it should do, and maybe had a bit of a guess about some of the components you might see inside. Hopefully you've asked your adult at home if it's okay for you to dissect the toy. You've got your toy, and we're about to get started. So, my Billy Bass fish here, it's got a couple of different parts to it. It's got the moving part that sings and the fish part, but I've noticed that it also has this back bit too. So I think that's a good place to start in our dissection. Now, before you get into any kind of dissection, you just need to be a bit careful when it comes to safety. So I'm going to be using some scissors for this. If you do need to use scissors or anything like that, just make sure your adult at home knows that you're doing it, and you may need a little bit of help with that. So the things I'm going to need for this toy, it's going to be a little bit different to what you might need though. So there's some screws on here, so I found a screwdriver. I've also got some gloves as well, because this has actually been sitting in a garage for so many years. I've got no idea what's inside, and it's really, really grimy. We might be able to clean it later. So gloves are always a good safety thing. I also have some safety glasses, because sometimes things can be rusty, and just in case anything goes in my eye. I've got a little container here. So there might be small parts that I leave around the place, and I don't want them rolling around, so I'm going to put them in the little container. It's always good to have somewhere to put your screws. I've got some scissors, and I also have a plastic sandwich sleeve. So these can be to put batteries in, and we'll get to that later. So you've got all of your stuff, all of your equipment, and it's about time for us to start slicing and dicing. Safety first, fun second. Oof. If you don't have safety glasses, you can put on sunglasses, but just make sure you can see what you're doing. These gloves are just going to protect my hands from anything that might be inside, because I don't know what's inside. I've not done this before, so we're going to do this together, and we might find some interesting things inside our Billy Bass fish. So here we go. Got our Billy Bass fish. First thing I can see here is the battery compartment. So I'm gonna get my solutionizer or screwdriver, and we're gonna open this up. All right, let's see what's in here. Oh, okay. So this has been sitting in a garage for a very long time. There's a spider in there. Ooh. Gross. There's also this stuff here. So batteries aren't actually supposed to look like that. This is why we've got gloves on. So see all the white stuff around these batteries? That's actually called corrosion, and it happens when the chemicals inside a battery leak. And when that happens, it causes all of this white stuff. It may look green, it could be a different color as well, but it's definitely not supposed to be there. So the chemicals inside batteries can actually burn you. So it's really important that you wear these stylish gloves, rubber gloves or some sort, to make sure that you're protected. So we're gonna really carefully remove these batteries, and I'm gonna pop them inside this. Definitely dispose of them right, so there are places that you can go to put batteries in the bin that are broken, but for now we're just going to put them somewhere up high away from little ones. So if you have little brothers and sisters, you just need to make sure that they are not able to get to the batteries. Ooh. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to get these batteries out, so you may need an adult to help you out with this, especially if it's corroded. So I'm keeping my face away from it so things don't flick up and get me in the face. Oh, wow, okay. That is probably the worst corrosion I've ever seen. Ew. So this is what happens when you leave batteries in a toy. So if you do have any toys that still work, make sure you take the batteries out. So these are a good 15 years or so past their use by date. Gross. So I'm going to put these away somewhere out of reach from little ones. So I've just got a bucket so that I can get rid of all of this gross stuff inside here. Yum. Okay, so now that we've looked inside the really gross battery compartment, we're gonna go a little bit deeper. So there's some more screws here. I'm gonna take those off and we're gonna see what's inside this part. Already I can see that there's some holes here. Can you guess back to our work we did last time to see what this might actually be? Could be the speaker. I'd say that's where the speaker goes. So I'm just gonna take off these screws very carefully with a screwdriver. Awesome, so I've removed all of the screws into the back of our fish. Now, it's always a good idea before you go and take anything apart is to make sure that you've kept all of the parts somewhere safe, but also there could be things that fall out of this. So I'm gonna do it really carefully because some parts might fall out and I may not know where to put them again. Sometimes I like to write down where everything goes beforehand, or maybe you could draw a picture, or you could even take a photo of it. If you take a photo before you start pulling it apart and at every step along the way, then you should be able to figure out how to put it all back together. Hey, there we go. Inside the back of our fish, did we get some of the things right? Let's see what we can see. So we've got the batteries here, which are connected to wires. Did we guess that that was a speaker there? Yep, well I can see a speaker here. I didn't guess that there'd be mouse poo in there, but there seems to be also. That's a bit of a nice surprise. Yum. There's also this thing here. Do you remember what that was called? It's a circuit board. So we have all of our wires coming from our components into the circuit board. What do you think this is? It looks a bit like the motors we had before. So we found a motor, we've got a speaker here, and our circuit board, which I'm gonna write down here as well. What might be my next step here? Maybe we should have a look at what's inside the fish. So I can see here that this motor is also screwed in. And there's some kind of material here which also connects to my fish here. Okay, so I've also noticed here these yellow wires that go into this part. So if we spin it around, that's the button there. So our yellow wires are the button. Then we've got these green wires here that go to this section. So if we turn that around, it's just like a little hole there. But I think that is the distance sensor. So I'd say that when you walk past this fish, the distance sensor then tells the circuit board to send information out to the motors to start moving. And then also out to the speaker to make some noise. So that's the back of the fish. I think the next step for us here would be to remove this motor and then have a look inside the fish. So it's about time for us to start slicing and dicing. Okay, so all of the screws are out of our motor section now. I'm actually going to take a photo of it so I know how to put it back together. So now I've taken a photo. That way I'm going to remember where everything goes. You don't have to, you can draw a picture though. Or you might have a better memory than me, so. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this out. It might come straight out, it may not, I don't know. We're gonna find out. Okay, so we have this little bit. This is like a bracket, seems to be holding it in. Aha, okay, so these parts here seem to be clamping the material into this casing. So obviously if it wasn't stuck there, the fish would probably fall straight out. So this is all keeping the fish there. So I'm gonna try and pull these off. They're kind of like press studs. So I'm just gonna pull these off. Hopefully without breaking it. Aha. That seemed to do something. And I think there's one more here. Okay. I'm gonna try and pull that through the front now. Let's see if that works. Come on, fishy. Ah, I think we've got it. Our fish seems to be unattached. So I've pulled all of this out. I think the next thing to do would be to try and remove the actual fish skin. So this is gonna be pretty cool. I'm really excited to see what it actually looks like under here. So first thing we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and pull this fish skin off of all of the different components underneath. It does seem to fit pretty tight, like a sock kind of thing, so it may not happen without me cutting it, but I prefer not to cut it, so let's see if it works. All right, so as I pulled that off, it just started ripping. So I'm gonna say that this fish probably needs a filleting. I'm gonna use some scissors to cut along this tail part, because I think if I cut across the face, it's gonna affect the fish a little bit more. So I think the tail it might allow me to pull off the skin a little bit easier. That's my guess. I might be wrong though. So let's give it a go. So I just have to be careful with this to make sure that I don't accidentally cut some wires. All right, here we go. Aha! So that looks pretty awesome. Its mouth is holding onto its skin. There we go. Hopefully your toy was a little bit easier to remove the skin. What do we have here? So I couldn't pull it completely off because the eye is actually stuck into this part here. So I'm gonna leave it like that for now. But what can we see here? So this was the fish's tail. As you can see, that's a motor, yep. It seems to be on a spring, so it actually wants to spring back to the board. What's this stuff? So this is just some foam that seems to be filling it out. So if I pull away the foam, this can just easily get stuck back on. It looks like it's all stuck together with hot glue as well. I'm gonna put the foam over there. This is just helping the fish keep its shape, it seems. I don't think I have to be too careful about the foam. Okay, awesome. So, our fish skeleton without the foam and without the skin. What can we see? So this here is definitely a motor. This is a servo motor actually, and it seems to be also on a spring, so it springs back. This here also is another motor. Looks like the mouth has another servo motor there as well. So we have 1, 2, 3 motors, and there's another motor here as well, which sticks into the back. I'm assuming that this motor makes it move from side to side. So there we go. Did that look like you thought it would? It kind of looks like the Terminator to me. It does not look like a fish anymore. Hopefully you found your dissection interesting. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna see if everything that we guessed was right. You may find that there's other things that you didn't know were gonna be in there. So I can't see any lights inside the eye, which is where I thought there would be lights. So we're gonna have to, we'll cross that out, but that's okay. So we've found motors. We've got lots of servo motors, no DC motors. It doesn't have a vibration motor. It doesn't have an LED light. It does have a speaker. It's also got a sensor, a distance sensor. It's got a circuit board and a button. All right, so I managed to take off the skin of the fish, which meant that I had to actually pull off the eye. So I wanted to shield. But this is what it looks like. Look at that inside out fish. Gross. It's so dirty as well. So I'm probably gonna put that actually into a bucket of water with some dishwashing liquid, I think, so that it cleans off nicely, because that's so dirty. But here's our skeleton now with all the parts that you can see. So its mouth, its tail, and then its body. Awesome, so now we've done our dissection. Hopefully you found something pretty interesting. I certainly did. We've matched up what we thought was gonna be in the fish to what actually was in the fish. And now it's your turn. So I'd like you to find a toy that you're able to dissect and give it a go yourself. Just remember to be careful when you're removing things like skin. If you're using stuff like screwdrivers and things like that, make sure your adult at home knows what you're doing. Don't ruin anything that's really expensive. In the next video, we're gonna look into this a little bit deeper to see if we can figure out what might be wrong with it. So go ahead and give it a try. I'll see you in the next video.